I drove home after Mass on Sunday, and I don't know, it just struck me in a way that I hadn't really seen before. But I saw two or three people mowing their lawns, and I saw just bustling stores and shopping centers and Lowe's and Home Depot. And it occurred to me that Sunday looked just like every other day. I mean, when I was a little girl, it was actually a marked difference. And I think that's why it stuck out in my brain. Sunday was the one day we had dad home and we went out for ice cream, but we always went to Mass. And I just remembered Sunday being different. We knew George's Corner store was going to be closed. We didn't have to run to the store to get groceries because we knew, I mean, no one would have ever thought about the stores being open. So we knew on Saturday that it wouldn't be open, and we had our groceries. We kids, played together. We saw grandparents. It was different. There was a separation back then between the first 6 days of the week and the seventh. And as I look at the world around me today, and I realize, Satan just gets in these most insidious little ways, things that we don't even pay attention to. And I know I'm not going to be able to change the world completely wish I could, right? Just magic wand and make everybody stay home. But I know that I can do my part. And apart from the fact that I can do my part, I want to remind people it is a sin when we don't keep holy the Lord's Day, right? We should be doing a little bit more prayers or Bible study or just honoring God, hanging out with family, talking about God at those, family dinners, maybe just one sentence or something. Hey, how did you see God today? Something. But we need to so apart from the sin, right? We need to make Sunday different, especially you watching this video, because I'm assuming most of you are Christians or definitely Catholic Christians. And if we look just like everybody else, how will they distinguish us? If we're at Lowe's and Home Depot and fixing our houses and mowing our lawns, what does Sunday look like? Sunday looks like a day where we get to just not be at work, but we still work at home. We get our things done. But those things are about us. They're about my house, my tasks, my stuff. Now, the Lord does allow for doing the things on Sundays that have to be done. You cook food, you have to clean the food, and there's a certain amount of work. You clean up after yourself. But we need to make our world different. It is so, so far gone from where it was when I was a child, and I am only 58. I can only imagine what Sundays looked like for my grandparents. I mean, when I woke up, I would see, I don't say everybody, right? But so many people would get out. I was walking distance from my church and just walk to church. And further, back then, everybody really did wear what we called our Sunday best. We remembered that who we were going to get to see on that altar was the God of the universe. And we dressed up. We didn't wear our shorts and our t-shirts and our jeans and things that I've been guilty of wearing. Guys, we don't need to do grandiose things to please the Lord, to change the culture. But we do need to do something. And remember, the Lord said, when the apostles asked Jesus, he said, how are we going to know the end times? He was like, when my faithful ones are no longer speaking up, my faithful ones are the ones, I not remembering that verse exactly. But he's counting on the faithful. Those who are lost and fallen away, they're looking to us. So God is going to hold us more accountable. Let's make the Lord's Day look different. I know my Jewish friends who still keep Shabbat, the Sabbath, they're only allowed to walk so many meters or feet from their house. There's very little that they do on that day. We can do the same thing. We should do the same thing. Let's commit to not shop. for anything. Let's commit to not work around the house. Get it done Saturday in expectation of our Sunday, of worshiping the Lord. And let's try to figure out what's something extra we can do on Sunday. I'm an empty nester, so it's easier for me than those of you that have parents. You have to try, or children, you have to try to round them up. But what about a family rosary before everybody runs outside and plays? What about a Bible story around dinner? What about sitting at dinner and talking about the gospel? So I'm calling you out if you don't already do this, if you work on Sunday, because I'm kind of calling myself out. But for those of you that already kind of came to this awareness sooner, and you're thinking to yourself, I already do that stuff. Good for you. Comment below. What do you do to keep the Lord's Day holy? Let's just stay out of the secular world the best we can on the day that we're supposed to give to God. If not now, then when? And if not you, then who? I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching another informational Bacon Bit. And I want to remind you always to live your life sunny side up.